We've qualified for the World Cup. Go and compete.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because those cheese puffs are like addictive. Like Watsits, oh my fucking god! Like a bag of Watsits, just I'll finish the whole thing. I'm an animal.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like you could get in Tesco's before Aldi and Lidl came. Like you could get like a huge bag of them for like 60 cents, and then Aldi and Lidl came along, and you could get it for like half that, like a humongous bag. They must be riddled with badness.
Oh yeah, they're not good for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what? No snack is good for you. I was like trying to find a snack that would be reasonably okay, and I went into the shop and I picked up like almonds, but they were what were they? Smoked almonds, I think, or toasted almonds. But anyway, some sort of almonds, and I was like, fucking nuts! Like, surely be to God, like 600 calories or something in a little bag. Like, what's the point?
Nuts. Yeah, I mean,
nuts are high in carbs and calories. Yeah.
I thought they'd be good for you. I thought they were all protein.
Well,
and shit.
They can be good for you. Everything in moderation. I just drank a bottle of fucking orange juice, and a lot of people would think of juice as being like a healthier alternative to like Coke. There's more sugar in a bottle of fucking orange juice, or as much sugar as in soda and whatever.
Yeah.
I've
gone heavy on olives recently. Like green olives. They're in Aldi. You can get this pack of like green olives in lemon, right? So there's just some lemon juice in it, but like it's salty and it's kind of bitter and it's so good. And I actually just get like one pack a day. So the other day I went in and I got like 6 packs of these olives, and that's all I got. And when I went to the counter, your man was like, "Oh, you're making martinis, are you?" And I was just like, "No, I actually just really like olives." Like, why didn't I just say yes? Your man was like, fair enough.
But olives are low calorie snack.
I'd hope
That's
so.
not the worst.
I'm just afraid to check at this point.
Yeah. Well, with my many attempts at eating healthy, pretty much the only thing that's like calorie like low that you can snack on is fruit. And even then, something like a banana could like throw your sugars for your diet way off as well. So basically fucked. So just, I don't know, eat what you want.
Yeah, just accept it and die at 60. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
I came to that conclusion like 20 years ago. It's working out fine for me now.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be happy with 60. 70 or bust.
Neither.
And I think the average now, like the average is a bit strange, but like the mean is like 80 plus. So that's what you should be aiming for, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you live past 60, 70 is kind of like boring territory. You got to stick it out till 80 at that point. You know?
Yeah, you may as well reach 80.
You'd be like, if you're 77, you're like, you know what? That's a fail, really, isn't it? You can't get to 80.
And people are like, oh, you wouldn't want to be 90 though. You know, you don't want to live that kind of life. I'll live any kind of life. Like if I'm a vegetable, keep me there. I don't want to be turned off, you know?
It'll be different for us, When we're 90, sure, we'll just be doing all we do with our free time now, which is like playing fucking Fallout or whatever, 12 hours a day. I'd be happy enough.
Yeah, 2 working thumbs, Grant.
Yeah.
That's it. It's about the same as what I have now. Grant?
I won't even need thumbs. Just hook the wires up into me. I'll just stay in bed all day.
Yeah, just put me in a VR. Yeah.
In Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse.
Oh, I'll just be the Dovahkiin like for the rest of my life. My dying days,
Happy out going getting that fucking golden claw from Bleak Falls Barrow for the 500th time. These days, when I start, I don't even bother going to the fucking town first. I just go straight there, get the claw, come back, and then I hand it straight to him, and he's happy out.
Nice.
See, if that's how you saw out your days, like when you actually got to heaven, you'd be like, "This is shit in comparison." So,
yeah.
Heaven would be
Skyrim or
shite.
heaven. Yeah,
If heaven was
exactly.
like Christian heaven, oh, it'd be shite.
Yeah. Clouds aren't that much crack.
Well, they don't really say much about it, do they? They just say it's paradise. I mean, a bit ambiguous.
I know, yeah.
Like,
I
this is
wonder why.
class. Very good. Yeah, so we don't have any ties today. Don't really have to talk about football, even though I'm bitterly disappointed that Stephen Kenny has once again been tripped up and pounded by the system and the man. But yeah, we can talk about what we want.
Well, let's just get that football bit out of the way, because we generally don't talk about the internationals, but you are so pro Kenny, I think we just have to at least acknowledge it. I mean, do you think you're wrong yet? Ireland just lost 2-1 to Scotland after being a goal up at halftime. That's the scene is set.
Yeah, missing that absolute sitter one-on-one, Troy Parrott. No, I still think I'm right. I genuinely think that in Ireland we're a bit deluded now as to what, number one, the national team is capable of, and number two, what like the expectation should be of an Ireland manager. I mean, there's an attempt being made from grassroots to encourage younger players to get into Premier League clubs and then into the national team, and within one qualification period, and coming to the conclusion of a Nations League campaign, it's completely different and for the better. We're not relying on Stoke strikers like Johnny Walters for 20 years. There's younger players coming through. There's a motive. Everyone's on the same page. Stephen Kenny can be here for the long run. He's not like some old fella like Trapattoni who could, leave us at any point. Yeah, I think it's sad that people aren't behind him. That's all I'll say.
I mean, I kind of get it. I do. And a lot of the time I say I'm anti-Kenny just in jest to have some voice on it. But even when I watched today, I was actually watching it on the RT player, which is a piece of shit anyway. But I thought Ireland were kind of getting battered until they scored. I thought it was very against the run of play. It seemed all Scotland to me. Now, I missed most of the second half, admittedly. But that's when Scotland apparently got their 2 goals, so probably played better. So, I don't know. Did Ireland deserve to win it or draw?
I think a draw would have probably been fair on based on performances. I mean, Scotland had the advantage because they have an established team. It's not that much better, but it's established. It's the same 11 that they've had for ages, and they're at home. And I buy into the style. I don't know if, and it's maybe the post Hodgson in me that I just don't want to see dinosaur football anymore. And that's what previous Ireland managers have done. And Stephen Kenny isn't. Like, Ireland are playing from the back, and there was a few games at the start where that was awful. Now they're actually using it to counter, and it led to the goal. Like, we should be celebrating that someone has the balls to have tried to do that with the likes of Johnny Egan and James McLean and players like that. It's actually bringing some bit of modern football to Ireland. And it might not be good now, but there might be some 17-year-old playing for the under-19s currently that would replace James McLean and is 100 times better. And that's what I'm trying to focus on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose what I saw a lot of was Ireland goal kick. They play it out from the back. They get put under a bit of pressure, and the fullback just hoofs up the pitch. And then Scotland have it. Scotland work into an attacking position and shoot wide, and then just rinse and repeat. It felt like that for 20 minutes until Ireland eventually scored from, what was a corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But look, Flynn, you'll admit this too. Arsenal, when they changed their style and they were doing the playing from the back, there was about half a season where it was heart in mouth stuff when the keeper was playing it out wide.
Oh, God.
Look at you now.
Look at us now. God, that was painful, though. Like, it really seemed like it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like Ireland are a bit like what we said about United. Like, this is the way they have to commit to.
Mm-hmm.
When if they get rid of Kenny, I don't know who they get in. So I do accept that. But it is kind of painful. Do you know what? Today was actually an okay performance from what I saw, despite what I just said. But like Scotland are a pretty good team. But when you're fucking losing to, I don't. Who did they lose to? Armenia or someone? Lithuania?
Yeah.
I mean, Christ, you know. I know that was a while ago, and there's been good performances, but I don't know. I think you'd want to see more at this stage than we're seeing. That's all I think.
Yeah, that's fair, and it's true. It's really hard to kind of defend it because people will always say, "Oh, what about that Luxembourg game or the Armenia game?" And it's like, it's fair. Look, that's it. You can't defend those. But Stephen Kenny was hired to get us to the Euros, never to this World Cup, to the Euros, and I think from where he started to where he will be at the end of the Euros qualification. I mean, yeah.
Do we have a group for that yet?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because a lot of it depends on that, doesn't it? You know, I think when Ireland have qualified for competitions in the past, it's needed a bit of fortune. Although saying that, when they qualified for the World Cup, it was Portugal and Ireland, and that was like seen as impossible group of death.
Mm-hmm. True.
So,
all right.
Yeah,
that's all I'm willing to give.
Yeah, that's my Kenny 5 minutes. Other than that, you can have a laugh at Southgate if you'd like, but other than that,
I mean, the team is shit. Like the team he's putting out is shit.
Wait, which team now? Ireland or England?
Sorry, England.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Glad you agree.
Like everyone apart from like Saka and maybe like who else? Sterling. Geez, that's it really. You could flush the rest of the team down the tubes. And this is another golden generation. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is it that hard to pick like an England 11 that just makes sense? Like, could you not just go 4-3-3? But
that's where.
Like, why does he have to do this?
Yeah, that's where they've always screwed up, though, isn't it? Is where it's like, even back when it was like Capello and Sven Goran Eriksson, like they couldn't think of a formation where Gerrard, Lampard, and Scholes could play. I mean, I have one for you: 4-3-3. There you go, it's done. But it seems that the England managers get like obsessed with a certain formation that they can't shrug.
Yeah, I'm glad because Jesus, imagine if they had competent people running them and they're just winning load of trophies.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
I'd get sick of it. I mean, I got sick of Spain winning things, and I like Spain.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. But like the England team isn't that good. Like they go on about this golden generation. Like France have a way better squad. Spain has a way better squad. Most teams have a better squad than England. England's team is like Holland's team, which is pretty good, but not amazing. You know, we just think it's great because these are the players we see all the time.
You know, I don't know. I think a lot of teams, a lot of European teams are a bit, they're not great these days. Like, I thought only fairly recently that, like, we would never again see a team outside Europe win, like, the World Cup because it seemed like Brazil and all these lads were on a downward trajectory and Europe was just going to keep getting better and further away. But now, I think, like, Argentina or Brazil are favourites for the World Cup. And like, you look at Germany. Germany lost again last night to Hungary. Italy, who were like the European champions or whatever, they're just, you know, they're no great shakes. You look at their team. Could you name like more than four players on the Italy team?
No. No.
Spain. Who are they relying on? A couple of 18-year-olds and Davide.
You know, I still think Iniesta plays for Spain, and I think I even still think Xavi plays for Spain. I'm that far behind.
Podolski and Klose starting for Germany.
Yeah, I mean, Busquets is still playing for Spain, surely, isn't he?
I think he is.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
I think the only team from
I
Europe
mean, I see your point,
France,
but then there's still Belgium, like.
But should their past, like their golden generation, came and went. De Bruyne and Courtois are really, maybe Lukaku are like the only fellas you look at that and say world class. Like Hazard is finished. The company gone. Who else do they have? Witzel. Where's he even now? I don't even know where he is.
Yeah, he's got the shit.
They had a few other players.
Lukaku.
Well, Lukaku's Lukaku. Yeah.
Lukaku's Lukaku. Courtois, he's pretty good. He's not bad.
Yeah, I know. I said Courtois.
Oh, sorry. I can't keep up. Too many players. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. I just think we all think that the England squad is another golden generation. But like when you look at it, I mean, they have some good players, but like Declan Rice isn't world class. Calvin Phillips, Connor, I know you don't think he's world class. Jordan Henderson is, but he's getting on, you know? You've got
Rice shouldn't even be playing for like a Premier League team, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you've got Harry Kane, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who doesn't even play. That's about it.
It's square pegs in circle holes is the England problem now currently. Like there's loads of really good right backs, but you can't play loads of really good right backs. So yeah. I saw an interesting thing on Reddit where someone asked this current England team, so basically the one that played yesterday, give or take a few players in and out, like where would they finish in the Premier League with everyone with like their actual squad? So Saka couldn't be twice, for example, but where would this England team finish? There was a majority of people said a certain thing, but be interested to see what you guys think where they would finish in the league.
I have to think of that for a second. It's hard because the league at the minute is so messed up. But based on last season's league, who came fourth last season?
Tottenham.
Oh yeah, sorry. They'd probably finish, I would say, maybe sixth.
Okay.
I think they're better than Tottenham.
I don't. Do you think they're better than Arsenal?
No, God, no.
Tottenham finished above Arsenal last season.
Sure. Prove anything with stuff like that, league standings. Like
Spurs are only a point behind Arsenal at the minute. Did you even know that?
It's all history, Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right now. There's only a point difference right now.
Yeah, there's a point difference.
For fuck's sake.
Arsenal the better team.
Spurs the better squad.
Now. They do not have a better squad.
They do.
They don't.
We'll talk about it later.
Who would even get into the Arsenal team from Spurs team?
Oh, maybe I should say Spurs have better squad depth.
I don't think they do.
Who are Arsenal's two best right backs?
Well, Ben White.
Oh, for fuck! He's not even a right back.
Well, he's better than any of Tottenham's right backs.
Yeah, I can't.
Sure,
Think of one
Ben
Tottenham
White.
right back
Ben
right
White
now.
at right back is better than fucking Doherty and Emerson.
Who's the Tottenham right back? Actually, at the minute, I made that point at the beginning.
Emerson.
Emerson Royale, yeah. Royale with cheese.
Is it fuck?
Emerson, yeah. So I'd pick Ben White over him every day of the week. Who the Spurs? They have Eric Dyer and Christian Romero at centre back, like two clowns. Like,
yeah,
neither of them would even get on the bench for Arsenal. When you look at it,
yeah.
Well,
So you're all smug now because your centre backs are actually good, but for the last 10 years they've been cack.
it was a project.
Yeah, I know.
It was a project. Who else? I'm trying to think now. Højbjerg, God Almighty. He wouldn't even make the under 23s for Arsenal.
I'd prefer Højbjerg over Xhaka now, to be honest.
No.
Kieran,
Xhaka is having
settle a
the
dispute
season.
here.
Xhaka is having the season of his life at the moment. He actually is. You look at the stats; he's off the charts and everything.
He's been unleashed. Yeah, but to answer the question, I actively do whatever I could to have neither of them in my team.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, a lot of the majority answers of people, and it was a bit reactionary because it was post game, but they said that England are just like Wolves, where pretty sound defensively. They're not going to get hammered, even though got hammered by Hungary, but aren't going to score much either. So kind of a Wolves of the Premier League, and I thought that was quite accurate.
And where did they finish last season?
Like mid-table. Yeah, most people were saying mid to bottom half, which is an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean they're better than bottom half. Like they're better than fucking Southampton. Like
Yeah.
Southgate isn't better than any Premier League manager though, probably.
No. But the FA like him because he's safe. He's a bit like a prime minister or a president. It's just like very down the middle. Won't piss too many people off. Won't say anything he shouldn't say. Yeah, he's a politician.
Yeah, it's kind of that thing again though. Like, there's not that many good managers available. Like, what are England going to do if they get rid of him? Get fucking Zidane,
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
It's amazing. I think people think how to succeed in these really difficult businesses that you have to be like cutthroat, genius, brilliant, like top of the class, real elite focus and mentality and all that. You don't really, because there's people like Southgate who are at the top of the game. They haven't a clue what they're doing. They're completely useless at their job. They're fools, but need someone to make up the numbers. Some people just arrive in top positions by pure luck or by the grace of God, whatever it may be. Good for him.
Yeah, Palace legend. So wish him all the best.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Who has he even played for? Like fucking Villa,
Palace, Middlesbrough. That was about it.
I think of Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
because he managed Middlesbrough then too, and I don't know, did he get him relegated? But nothing much good came of it.
Jeez. He actually played pretty much even amount of games for Palace, Villa, and Middlesbrough. He did like between 150 and 190 for each team, so that's okay.
He was Palace captain.
So he's
Palace legend.
No offense though, but it's not elite though, is it?
Yeah, but there's a lot of managers that aren't elite.
I know.
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, that's true.
You won't get a rise out of me.
Yeah, but he wasn't, right? He's a keeper and he played some of his career in like Japan, but one of the best managers we've had in the Premier League. So it shows you.
I don't think Klopp was in great shape.
Can't be all Lampards and Gerrards, lads.
Yeah.
Did you know Arteta played with Pochettino at PSG?
Really?
Yeah, with Ronaldinho as well. The three of them. Pochettino was captain.
Wow. Pochettino can't get the job for love nor money now, can he? He's
England.
banished. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, he lost the French league. Like, how do you lose the French league with PSG?
Emery did as well.
That's true.
It can happen. More like fucking Bayern. Bayern might lose Bundesliga. They're not doing too hot. And just look at how Juventus fell off. They're fucking shocking now.
They are, yeah. Bayern are shook. They are Oliver Kahn coming out saying that like the season starts now after did they clear house? I think they sacked their manager and stuff.
Did they sack the manager? I don't think they did.
No? Okay.
No, they paid 20 million for him.
All right. Okay. But Oliver Kahn's statement anyway is that the season starts now kind of thing. They've done terribly. And do you know what it is? Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grass isn't always greener, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Well, they did lose like one of the best strikers in the world as well, but Sadio Mane is not that.
Yeah, that's it.
They have no excuse for fucking Union Berlin to be top of their league by 5 points.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like West and East Germany all over again. The East German League champions, Union Berlin.
Yeah, but give it time. Tables don't always tell the full story right now, so.
Well, in some instances they do.
Let's not panic. Let's not panic. Okay. Calm heads will prevail.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Kenny, right man for the job.
I actually just wanted to see what the comments are at the minute about that fucking defeat, but I can't even find any. Oh, same old story. We lost again. A whole lot of if onlys. We're going in the right direction, etc. Blah blah blah. But we lost, and we are in a relegation battle just like last time. When is Kenny going to go? Good man, David Brannigan. You tell him.
Yeah, Brannigan's a prick.
Yeah, calling him out now.
Short-sighted prick, and I bet you he supports Manchester United as well.
I'll tag him with the podcast and be like, "You're a cunt." I know a lot of it is deserved a draw, played pretty well, deserved a draw, never a penalty, really good game. So mostly positive, to be fair.
I'm glad to hear there's like-minded people out there. It's right now it feels like I'm an island.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, you stick to your guns. I flip-flop the whole time. I can't even remember whether I like Tuchel or not. I just said whatever suited me best at the time. In fairness, I noticed in our group chat that someone asked us for hot takes before the start of the season, and Flynn's was Tuchel gone before October. I didn't even cop that.
Oh,
there you go.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I saw it. You can search it. It's there.
Oh, God.
Genius.
Astute.
Very astute. I miss him, though. Miss having him around.
Don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah. My most bitter rival, but he was a worthy adversary.
Yeah. There's some bad managers these days, though. And that's the thing. I think clubs just don't want to get rid of them because, like I said, who'd you get in? I mean, Rodgers should be gone. Moyes should be gone nearly, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of the old guard that would come in to save the day, like nearing retirement too, you know? You think Warnock's gone, Hodgson is gone, Sam Allardyce, who's going to take a risk on him again? Those are the fix-em-up managers for the last 10 years. There's not really, I mean, Sean Dyche, is that the person you turn to now? I guess, but not everyone wants a Sean Dyche.
Yeah. The day will come when club just replace the manager with a computer.
Yeah.
If you were to believe Pep, he continually says that it's the players that win the games and do the tactics and all the rest. So
yeah, sure. Managers haven't a clue.
Yeah, we've always said that managers haven't a clue. They're just lads shouting on a pitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd love to see like Fergie come back. I'd love to see him come back now and take Leicester right to the top and then fuck off again. Do you know? I wonder, like, is there any part of him tempted to do that just to be like, yeah, I'll show how fucking good I am? Because I'd love to see him come back and try it and bomb as well.
Yeah. Well, considering that, like, he retired and then hasn't spent a single day away from United's training ground, I'd say he probably wants back at it, but can't hack the interviews and stuff after the game because, like, he's basically been the assistant manager for the last few managers.
Yeah, since what, like Giggs?
Yeah, pretty much.
Remember when Giggs managed United?
Give it Giggsy.
Give it, yeah. that aged poorly.
It did. Now we give Giggsy nothing except convictions.
Yeah, jail time.
Jail time. 5 years? Give it Giggsy.
Give it Giggsy.
Until the end of the decade.
Actually, you know what? It's been bugging me, so I'll just mention it. Moving away from football, finally. I was talking to someone about pet peeves or like pet hates during the week. Do you guys have like something that you consider a pet hate or a pet peeve or something like that?
I probably.
I suppose one thing that I thought was like, when I hear pet peeve, people are like, oh, I hate like queuing, or I hate like anchovies or something, and like loads of people hate queuing and hate anchovies and hate foods and stuff. I always think of it as something really specific that like not many people would understand. So I was hoping you could think of something that I could then relate to, and then we can spread our pet peeves. So like, for example, my pet peeve is the word fresh. I fucking hate. I even know where it started because when I was a teenager, I was at my girlfriend at the time's house, and her mother made dinner, and like it was fine dinner. It was bog standard dinner, I would say. It was like fish and potatoes and like carrots and peas or something. And I just remember, like, we were sat at the dinner table, and her mother, who I really liked and everything, by the way, but we were sat there, and she was like, oh, delicious fresh fish, fresh fish, and fresh baby potatoes, and fresh vegetables. And it was like this lip smacking, and I was like, this is fucking like Donegal Catch or something. Like, and you're there patting yourself on the back for this dinner that like I said, nothing wrong with it, but it wasn't like gourmet. And ever since then, I just came away from that dinner at like 16 being like, what the fuck was she on about? Like, that wasn't fresh. And I've noticed since then that fresh is used like everywhere. You can't go a day without seeing or hearing the word fresh. Everything is labeled and marketed as fresh. And at this point, like, to me, fresh, if she said fresh fish, fresh vegetables, and fresh potatoes, I would assume she caught that fish that day, she picked the potatoes from her garden, and she took the vegetables from her fucking, greenhouse or something. This was just stuff you get in Super Value, but it's labeled as fucking fresh. And that's not fresh. Fresh now just means it's not gone off. And if someone's like, there's some fresh vegetables, I don't expect them to be rotten vegetables. Do you know what I mean? Or am I just crazy about this? Like, I've been sitting on this now for like 15 years.
It shows.
I fucking hate it.
I think because there's no like cutoff point for what is fresh. Like what's when does something stop being fresh? Like, is it after a day or a week or whatever? And
yeah,
it's just something people can say about their food, and you can't argue against it really. Like if they say this is like this great tasting or great value cereal or whatever, it's like, well, how do you just decide if it's great value? Like, it could be €3 or €4 for a few fucking oats.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true actually. When you said that you can't go a day without hearing or seeing fresh, it's like, yep, you're dead right.
Yeah.
It's number one word for food.
100%. And even the makeup of the word, like, because if you say it enough, fresh, it's nearly just the airiest word you can think of. Like, the F and the SH are all just f and sh. Like, there's no fucking sound in the word. You may as well just say like sh. Like, it's just a shit word. It makes no fucking sense. It's used to like make products elite, but it doesn't mean anything. And like, if someone said there's some fresh bread, I could be like, well, fresh bread to me, like the freshest bread to me is like warm out of the oven. Yeah, if I'm eating it 8 hours later, I may as well eat it 2 days later. It doesn't matter if it was freshly baked that morning or if I'm eating it 3 days later. Once it's not moldy, I don't give a shit. It doesn't taste any different to me. Oh, sorry, I came in hot there. I need to get that out.
Yeah, I think you've now turned a corner. I think you've got that off your chest, and I think that you'll embrace the word fresh like the rest of us.
No, I want you to turn against it with me.
But I do see freshly brewed coffee from like instant coffee machines. Like, that's a fucking lot of shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's freshly brewed.
But like, come on.
Like it's hot. That's what
Like
I mean.
it's hot, yeah.
Hot coffee.
It's been boiled.
It's freshly
Fucking-
boiled coffee.
Exactly. Freshly brewed coffee is a perfect example of this nonsense. Like, why are we letting people get away with this?
I think because so often people would have coffee that's been brewed like fucking hours later, and it does taste a bit off. And
Yeah.
So then if someone says freshly brewed, you kind of think, well, it won't be really old, fucking moldy old coffee.
Yeah.
It's a shame we need that clarification, though, isn't it? For pressing a button on a machine for a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Like, I
Yeah,
assume
imagine
if you're
if the machine didn't give you.
Here's a wee cold coffee. Great.
That'd be impressive. Fucking time machine. Non-freshly brewed cup of coffee from a machine would be more valuable than a freshly brewed one.
you don't have any similar pet hates that are kind of logical but a bit excessive.
I kind of maybe just on words, even just the word toxins. You ever hear people talk about toxins?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have fucking, you don't have, that's not what you have. Like, they're not, the word is overused in like ads or whatever, or people saying, clean the toxins out of your skin or something with this new face wash, as if you have like arsenic in your pores. And if you ever ask someone to say like, oh, this drink, it's good for cleansing, it'll cleanse out toxins from your system, ask them specifically what toxins. Ask them to name one.
Yeah, I just assumed that meant you'll have diarrhea for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flush out your system. Sounds so good.
It's similar. Actually, now you say the toxins one. It's similar to friendly bacteria. Eat this yogurt. It's full of friendly bacteria. It's like, is it?
Well, yeah. I mean, lots of ads. They're always looking for like the new gimmick words to sort of promote themselves, especially in makeup and like hair. Do you see, like recently they've been doing campaigns where they have Eva Longoria, and she's holding a bottle and she has to sound out the word
hyaluronic
yeah,
acid.
exactly. And I bet they had to adapt on the fly here because she probably couldn't say it, so they were like, just fucking sound it out and we'll make that into the ad. Because what is it, hyaluronic acid or something?
Yeah.
And it's amazing that there are terms in like makeup which in anything else you'd be like, get that away from me, but in makeup it makes it more attractive. Like, this hair conditioner has hyaluronic acid in it. You're like, oh great. Like, what about these chips have hyaluronic acid on them? It's like, fucking hell, get it away from me.
They do though. If they're Cheetos covered in this stuff, it's probably the same as foundation.
Yeah, well, makeup companies prey on ignorance, really.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, most companies do, I guess, but especially makeup, they use big words that don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like the podcast, right? We prey on people's football ignorance and our own.
Well, no, I don't think we even prey on it. We just like, it's just here. It's more like we observe people's ignorance. We don't prey on it because we don't do anything with it.
Yeah. It's not an active act. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I might have a little one that might be a little bit outlandish, but maybe it isn't.
All right.
But I don't have a dishwasher, right? So the washing's all by hand, which I don't know, is that uncommon these days? But I am a little bit OCD for like having plates rinsed and kind of semi-cleaned before they go in the bowl to be cleaned. So that does really grind my gears if, like, you know, I'm doing the washing up and I find like maybe a little bit of nugget or chip or pea or bean in the water. That's something I find quite
Wait,
annoying.
so you want your plates rinsed before you clean them? Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, do you know, like, okay, the best example is like, you know, if you have something with ketchup, the ketchup stays on the plate. You eat most of it, but like there'll be a stain of ketchup.
Yeah.
When you put that in the bowl to wash it, like, that comes out straight away and it dirties the rest of the bowl. So
I get you. Yeah.
my thing is just like give it quick old rinse.
Yeah.
Not to
I do
clean
that.
it. Yeah. Well, my better half thinks differently. And I've been surprised by a few things. It's like, well, that's what the washing up is for. It's like, yes, I know that's what the washing up is for. But please, I don't want peas in the bowl of.
Crazy that I just don't have a bowl of water that I just run the tap when I need to rinse the suds off.
Yeah, well, no, but I just lost the plug for the sink and I've not replaced it, so I get like a bowl.
Oh yeah,
but I usually use the sink, right?
I don't fill the sink with water. I just
just run the hot water.
Yeah. I just run the hot water and then turn it off and then on to the next plate. I mean, if I was doing a big load, if I had like 8 people for dinner and I had a stack of washing up, I'd do it. But when it's only like 2 plates and a few knives and forks, I just run it, rinse it, wash it, run it again, rinse it off, put it away. This isn't amazing listening, I know, for the listeners.
This is relatable.
At the edge of their seat.
Yeah, our listeners are finding that we're like, you know, we're relatable. We're human. We do things like washing up too.
Well, I think I just want to know, is that the wrong way to do it? Because no one ever taught me to wash up. We had a dishwasher growing up, so that's probably why. I just went to college and I had to wash my stuff, so I just did it my way.
If it's a small wash, then yeah, but it's probably not economically efficient. You're wasting all that hot water.
I know, yeah, but
and you'll be feeling it this Christmas. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Every time you turn that tap on, it's like €50 notes going down the drain.
Yeah. We don't actually have hot water in our sink even anymore, so it's just turning on cold water at this stage. None of my stuff is properly clean.
No, it's probably.
Oh well.
It'll come back to bite you.
I have 4 short hot takes if you want them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just go for them. Cool. And then we can wind her up, maybe. We'll see. These, again, have not come from me. They're from other people. One is from our own David O'Sullivan, actually. And he said, Ronaldo was a worse signing for United than Lukaku was for Chelsea. And his reasoning at the time was that Ronaldo actively made Man United worse and got their manager sacked.
Certainly not.
But getting the manager sacked was a good thing.
I think, do you know what? I think when you take the price out of it, it's actually a pretty valid point.
Well, you can't take the price out of it. Fucking Lukaku was 100 million.
But if you put the price into it, it's uncomparable because one was free and one was 100 million. So straight away, you know. But
Ronaldo was bad, but nothing is as bad as Lukaku. Nothing compares to that. That was lunacy. Sheer fucking. It was like someone got a hold of like their older brother's football manager save with that one. Like, just fucked around with it.
Yeah, I don't know whether I agree or disagree. Like, yeah, it's Ronaldo's been rubbish, and I suppose advantage Chelsea because they dumped Lukaku again as quickly as they got him, whereas Ronaldo's still kicking about and isn't benefiting the team. But I think it was more iconic for Ronaldo to return to United, good, bad, or ugly, than it was Lukaku to return to Chelsea. So I agree in that regard.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sticking with United, this one actually is from another one of our own, Michael O'Driscoll. Man United will finish top 4 and win the Europa League this season.
They'll finish top 4, but they won't win the Europa League.
Oh. Is that because Arsenal will?
Yeah. And if there were 4 Arsenals in the league, they wouldn't. United wouldn't finish top 4 either.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll finish top 4 now.
No.
Nah, it'll find a balance. They've just got new manager bounce now, after a bad start, but it will come undone. I think they're only 1 or 2 injuries away. Like their saving grace, Marcus Rashford is back crocked again. It's they'll try their best, but they won't win a trophy for another few years.
So, just to clarify, you think top 4 is going to be what? Not in order, but
City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs.
okay. Yeah, I could get on board with that. That's fine. Right. Thomas Tuchel should be remembered as the 2nd most successful manager in Chelsea history. I
Who
don't
said
know where
that?
to begin with this. I saw that on Reddit.
Just because of the Champions League that he stole off Frank Lampard. That's the only reason that conversation has happened.
Yeah. I mean, Lampard did the heavy lifting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know. And initially I was like, yeah, obviously. But then, like, they had like Ancelotti. Didn't he win a league?
Yeah.
I mean, I know
he won
I
a
know
double.
He won a double. Yeah. So, like, I know your man won the Champions League, but like you said, he basically did what Di Matteo did, and just came in halfway through and
exactly
lifted the cup. So,
yep.
Sorry, I'm not meant to give my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah.
No.
No, because Mourinho probably number 1,
Yeah.
and then there's like loads of managers like Ancelotti, Avram Grant, Di Matteo,
Lampard.
Di Matteo.
Lampard. He won a Champions League, didn't he?
Di Matteo with his assistant Sean Terry.
Yeah, but he did. Am I wrong for saying that he won?
Yeah,
exactly.
he did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's number 2.
Ranieri.
Did Tuchel win the
ridiculous.
Club World Cup as well?
Come on now.
I'm just asking the question. But Di Matteo might have as well. I haven't a clue.
I don't think he did. I think he was fired within a few weeks.
He was used and abused.
Because who was that other? Remember the guy who used to manage Brazil and then he went on to manage Chelsea?
Scolari.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking think of his name earlier. They've had some amount of managers, like Jesus Christ.
They have, and that's the thing, is that in the last 10 years they've had so many. Rafa Benitez, for fuck's sake, as well. So yeah, no, sorry. Thomas Tuchel is maybe 7th.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Who's 2nd? So probably Ancelotti. I mean, if he won a double, it's got to be Ancelotti, right?
Lampard too. Mourinho, Ancelotti, Lampard.
Lampard,
of, like,
for
impact.
the legacy.
Yeah. Look, he brought Abraham through, and then he won a Europa Conference League with Jose Mourinho last year.
He brought Tomori through, who won the Serie A with AC Milan. So you really look at Lampard's legacy at Chelsea. It's it's something to behold.
Yeah, the streets
I
won't
actually
forget.
have a list here. I just want to see: is there a list
Villas-Boas.
of what they've won? There's not really. Well, do you know what? I mean, Jose Mourinho is the obvious one, but after that, it's definitely Ancelotti. It's got to be. Oh, Tuchel won the Champions League, the Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. So he did technically win 3.
So he won 2 friendlies. He won 2 community shields.
Friendlies.
I mean, I'll stick up for those cups because I think Liverpool won them recently. But yeah, Ancelotti won the Community Shield, the Premier League, and the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's more like it.
Conte won the Premier League and the FA Cup. Conte could be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, forgot all about him. Yeah, way ahead of.
So Tuchel is way down there. Okay, all right.
He's probably at the bottom, around about near the bottom.
He'd be relegated if it was a league.
Yeah, Di Matteo is coming up in the league of Chelsea manager.
Like Steve Holland in the Premier
I was just gonna say he's down there with Steve Holland, who managed from the 17th of December 2015 to the 19th of December 2015. 2 days.
Sounds about right.
But he's the only one I can see here with a 100% win record.
Fair play to him. The David Nugent of managers.
Yeah. 1 played, 1 won. Steve Holland.
There you go. We found
I nearly said
manager.
Palace legend. Chelsea legend. The last one I have. This one is going to be a little maybe salt in the wounds, but Grealish and Rice were right to snub the Republic of Ireland for England. That's a big one. There's a lot to that.
Immediately, my answer is no, because they haven't won anything with England.
Exactly. Sure, they'd have won the same amount with Ireland. So, in fact, who's to say they wouldn't have won more with Ireland?
Yeah, could have had a Nations League B in the bag. England don't have that.
I mean, but aren't they like English born?
Oh, they are, yeah. But sure, Jesus Christ, Italia 90 was there a single Irish player on the team?
Have you heard of Tony Cascarino?
I know.
But like fucking Morrison.
Kieran, if you had become a professional footballer and you were in that position, Ireland or England, like you could pick both, and if you genuinely think you're going to play for both, surely you go England, right?
Do you know what? And again, this is probably the Palace in me, but no, like I want to be a Lion for a year, not a day.
Yeah, you're dead right.
Do you know you? And I know it's not been great recently, but like if you play well for Ireland, you're loved. You are really loved.
Yeah.
If you play well for England, you're just torn apart by me. You constantly have the next person kicking you out of position. So
there is no happiness at England. Like you could never be happy. You just be torn apart every single game.
Yep. So look, even now, this has been a really bad like Nations League, which are glorified friendlies. Let's remember, but Southgate has taken England to a World Cup semi-final and a Euros final, closest that any manager has gotten in like 30, 40 years, and the people are already like misery with him and turning against him, and the bloke does nothing and says nothing wrong. So yeah, I think that they made the wrong call, because imagine the two of them playing tonight against Scotland, just a completely different team, and it would have just opened up so many opportunities for them. But then Grealish is doing Amaris, happy to be a sub, so let him run.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like if I was honestly in their position, I might just go England, because I was born in England and I'd probably consider myself English, but fuck it, I don't know their background or their parents or anything, so who knows. That's all I got. Yeah.
See, like you don't even get paid for international football, like so. Like Grealish could make millions for Man City and then just like be the best Irish player in history. You know. But look, it's probably why we're not professional football players. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. One of many, many reasons.
Should we list the other reasons? The listeners might want to know a bit about
Please
us.
no. They already know too much.
Get to know your podcast.
Yeah. How do you do your wash up?
Angrily, in my case.
This is like a fucking Laura Whitmore podcast or something. Christ.
Yeah. Are you listening to any more podcasts recently? I know, Adrian, you listened to a few, but I've really gone off listening to other people's podcasts currently. Very samey and very all by Sky and BBC and stuff now. It's just
I actually do listen to one that's really funny, and it's oh my god, I forget their fucking name. It's called My Therapist Ghosted Me, and it's Joanne McNally. Do you know her? You don't know her?
Yeah, I know her face.
And her model friend who's name eludes me right now, but it's actually kind of funny. I mean, it is a little bit of like women talking about like their vaginas and like laughing about it, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of two like posh Dublin girls talking to themselves. I don't know. Do you know what I have found though? I've actually stopped listening to Liverpool podcasts because the sound quality is so bad. Our sound quality is better than some like proper professional podcasts. I mean, there's something wrong there, for fuck's sake.
They haven't a clue.
They haven't a clue.
No.
We've just got a whiz kid of a sound man.
Mm-hmm. We feed it into the fucking Flinatron 5000.
Yeah. Comes out pristine.
Sometimes I press 7 different buttons while editing this podcast. Open, select, save.
All the imperfections are just gone like that.
Yep.
Now I know why every podcast is just a random moment where it flips to, and it's on read.
And we're on that one podcast where I accidentally edited in the entirety of Heat. So it was 2.5 hours of Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Listeners didn't even realize.
They didn't. What do you got?
See?
No
That's
school
just you.
today. I will not
This is
hesitate.
what they tune in for.
You do what you do. I do what I gotta do. The podcast where I accidentally edited Heat into it is this one. This is the podcast.
You got another 2 hours and 25 minutes to go.
Like, I wonder, could I quote all of Heat?
I'd say you could.
The
I'm not
whole
even
thing,
sure
start to
I've seen
finish.
it more than once.
That's a good
I don't
watch.
remember.
It's a
Yeah.
good watch.
Yeah.
My mother loves it for some reason.
I mean, I can't comment. I don't even know if it's a good movie or not. I'm sure she's right.
It's just like it's not her kind of movie normally.
Yeah. I know. I remember someone before telling me it wouldn't be my kind of movie. Another movie. And I was like, what's my kind of movie? And they were like, I don't know, like guns and explosions and shit.
Gladiator.
Fuck off. Like, you just...
I know.
Of course it was a girl telling me I wouldn't like it because there was no guns and explosions. I was like, go fuck yourself. Cunt.
Okay. Well, if she's listening,
That's
She's
a soundbite.
Yeah.
she's not.
Well, I was wondering, are we allowed to say cunt? We are, aren't we? We can say what we want.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually bleeped out. It's like the worst curse word, isn't it? But like,
In America,
We've-
yeah.
Yeah. We've got no sponsors telling us what to say. How about
No sponsors.
not yet, anyway.
No.
Next time we record, it'll be football again, though.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to watch Palace again. It's been so fucking long.
I know. And the last time we recorded, I did a big rant about Liverpool because I said they usually win after it, and they did. Like 3 days later, they fucking won. So I just need to keep that in the back pocket for the rest of the season. If Liverpool go on a bad little spell, I'll do something about it. G up the boys.
G up the boys. I'm up the boys. Yeah, next time we record, Brendan Rodgers will be sacked.
Oh, God,
Probably.
no. I won't be on. If that happens, just count me out.
10
We'll just-
days of mourning.
We'll just
Yeah,
post
yeah.
celebration by like Cool in the Gang instead as a podcast.
2.5 hours.
yeah, on loop.
There'll be few days with no BBC can't show any comedy.
Black armbands.
But like, what else happened when the Queen died?
Is she buried and all by now?
I think she's in the ground now.
She gone.
Back
She's gone.
back to the earth.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
Irish.
I didn't. Yeah, she's born from Mother's Earth.
She's like a hobbit.
Yeah. Pulled her up by the hair when she was ready. I didn't see it actually, but the anthem for England last night would have been "God Save the King," right? Been the first time that's sung.
Yeah.
England football. Jesus, what a time to be alive.
Should we all be keeping like any English money we have now with the Queen on it? Will that be worth loads in like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
See, money, unless it's used in like current flotation, is worthless. It's paper. That's the idea.
I don't know. Is that true?
Well,
Old coins go for huge money, don't they?
Yeah, but like there have to be some sort of commemorative one.
Mm.
Like how many people have a banknote with the Queen on it? Like there's billions of them.
I know. But like even an old Irish pound now, I'd say is kind of hard to find. Like you could probably sell that for something. And I mean, that was only like 20 years ago. Was it 20 years ago? Yeah.
Like €2, I'd say.
That's double. Nearly
Yeah,
double what it's worth.
But what would the Irish pound be today? Like in today's money?
Oh God, yeah. According to our parents, it would be fucking like $5,000 or something.
Jesus, look at the SSIA.
I hate that when my parents are like, oh, like we bought something for £100, which is like, oh, it's like 10 grand at this stage. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
They're from
£100
like
not
fucking 1066 here.
exactly.
We bought the Bayeux tapestry.
Like £100 in the 80s is, I can only assume like £700 now, maybe £1,000. I don't know what inflation is, but
Anyone over the age of 40 just has no sense of time or reality. It's just gone.
yeah. I also just did that maths terribly in my head. I was thinking something else, so ignore whatever numbers I just threw out at you.
Yeah, if
Not 10 grand anyway.
no, if the years we were born, like 1991, $100 would be $226 today.
Yeah, exactly.
So no.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was probably double, 50% or 100% more, but
Yeah, it's a bit more for pounds sterling. It's £250. Yeah, so yeah,
And
there's
that's
no
from-
concept of money.
that's from the 90s, is it? Early 90s?
1990s, yeah,
Yeah, for fuck's sake, idiots.
not that long ago at all.
It's a lot of money at the time. It's a lot of money now too. Like, relax.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't have to pay like 75% of your wages to fucking rent a room in a house either. So yeah, go away with yourselves.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Shoot. Get away.
Like spitting out. Get out.
Oh, if I saw anyone from Cool City Golden Days in real life, I'd deck them.
They would clean you out, boy.
I've been having a lot of fun there. I actually put one up. Kieran, you probably didn't see it. All I do is I just get a quote and I just put someone, like a famous Cork person's face underneath it. So I did one before with Michael Collins. I got one. It just says, the magic thing about home is that it feels good to leave and it feels even better to come back. And I put Roy Keane's face underneath it. 340 likes already. They're fucking thick.
They're fucking nuts.
They
Try
are
it.
fucking thick.
Try like a new quote with like someone who's like a Cork person, someone less like even more random than fucking Michael Collins.
I was thinking of, you know, your man, who was the guy who used to do the wedding show on RT, like Frank or something? Yeah, I was going to put him in one and see if anyone bit.
Or put up like an RIP.
That would be good, actually. Yeah. I've just got. I don't even have that much time on my hands. It just came into my head the other day to do a few posts. So
Yeah, you went hard on it, alright.
I did like 3 posts in 2 days.
Brilliant. Keep it up.
I'll try.
Yeah, just think of me and Mike. Keep our spirit going.
Yeah, sorry. I know you're missing out. Just use the fucking Liverpool page that Keane gave you.
That's true. I don't know if I just remembered that now, so I will.
Nice.
All right.
Okie doke.
Shall we leave
Cool.
it there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's enough.
Yeah. Up the palace.
Off the Palace. Come on, Ireland. Come on, Arsenal.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
You've been listening to the Put 'em Under Pressure podcast. For more of our content, make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Outro music.